Hello everybody, Ed0626 here, bringing you another edition of World of Tanks. Today's topic of the video has to do with teamwork. Now, in my recent experiences playing World of Tanks, I've realized that playing as a team is a lot more fun than having to play alone. And the reason I say this is because there's a lot of communication that goes into this game. You know, mostly where the enemy tanks are, where the artillery is, who do we go for first, that type of shit. Do we go for the objective, or do we just, do we just hang back and let the teammates do what they gotta do and see what we do from there? That type of thing. In this gameplay in particular, me and my buddy, we're trying to communicate as best we can. He's a tank destroyer, I'm a light tank. I really didn't do much this match, but what I did do was relatively, it was decent. I was having some maneuverability issues. As you all know, I've been having a fucking problem with my control stick, or at least those who play with me know. So, guarantee once I get a new control stick, I'll be able to move a lot better. But my buddy even bumped me on the back a little bit just to make sure I was moving good, so I could be able to, try and get more tank kills. But I only got one in this game, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway. So, in the next game, teamwork is definitely going to, at least in the next gameplay I'm going to show you guys, teamwork is definitely going to play a factor. So the story behind this game coming up is basically the usual. I usually go in gung-ho. Not all the time, but a lot of the times I usually go in gung-ho. I caught myself in a very bad predicament, and I needed to get out of it. And I couldn't in time, and I blew up, so my buddies were the ones who had to pretty much pick up the slack. And at the end of the gameplay, you're gonna see something pretty fucking funny, at least to us, when it happened. I won't spoil it, but yeah. So back to that teamwork. Like I said, man, if you play World of Tanks, the best thing to do is roll in a squad. Even 2 to 3 people is sufficient. I think the max you can have is 4. I don't know if they changed that, because I think I've seen a 5-man team before. I personally, if I did have 4 people to play this game with, I would get as many as I could in. But it's really, I think it might be a little bit too much, because I don't know. It depends on who's playing what. You have to give information to who's who. Like if somebody's playing as a artillery, you have to give the information to him. If somebody's a tank destroyer, you have to worry about him, because in my opinion, tank destroyers are probably one of the bigger targets on the map. Mostly because they just do so much damage. It's actually it's insane the amount of the damage that a tank destroyer does. I've been killed in one shot, full health, no problem. One shot, gone. Like they didn't even know I existed. That type of thing. So. Another thing is, when it comes to working as a team, especially if you're playing with other friends and stuff, don't, and I actually learned this from a buddy of mine, because he plays World of Tanks on Xbox One, and we were talking about stuff, and he was giving me stuff. He's like, you can't always just run one class for all your buddies. Like, some people have to run different stuff. So if you wanted to have a team of all artillery, that's not a good idea. Because who's going to be the one to give you the information? Usually artillery, as you all probably know who play this game, they're the ones that sit in the back of the map and deal as much damage as they can. As a matter of fact, they probably deal some of the most damage out of any tank or destroyer in this game. I'd say artillery, destroyers, and then the regular tanks are the ones that deal the most damage. Although, it depends on if they could find you or not. That's the first thing. If artillery finds you, that's because someone on that team's working to take you out, pretty much. So that's that. Anyway, like I said, man. If y'all ever want to play this game with me, if you have this game on PS4, by all means, leave your PSNs or whatever down in the comment section. I'm always looking for people to play with on this game. As a matter of fact, I'm on a 300,000 silver grind as we speak, as I make this video, because I'm trying to get all of my tanks, which are American, Russian, British, and American, Russian, British. There's another tank in there. I forgot. Oh, German. Fuck, what am I talking about? I'm trying to get all of them tier 4 at once. So my best bet is to just build up the silver I need to get it, and I need well over 500,000. As you can see, my buddy here is taking out this enemy tank here. I don't know what tank he's using. It's definitely one of those machine gun type tanks that I'm not a huge fan of. I actually find them to be incredibly inaccurate sometimes. And that, to me, I don't think they deal a lot of damage. But that's that. Anyway, you know, like I said, teamwork is very important. You know, you can't always run the same thing. Like if you want to run, some people have to run light tank, some people have to run medium, some people even have to run heavy, or have one or two guys be a artillery or tank destroyer. That type of shit matters. At least to me, it does. Of course, I'm usually playing by myself anyway, so I never really have anyone to set up those types of plans with, but hopefully that all changes in the near future. Anyways, you can see here, oh, another thing is, if you still have homies alive, you have to make a call when to take the base or not, because see here, there's 4 to 3 on each team. One of our guys is alive. Obviously, we're talking to him on what to do, and our first thing was go for the base. You have to go for the base at this point. So, you know, and that's another thing. I probably should make a video at some point about taking objectives, you know, or even, actually I can just do it now. Just take the objective when it seems necessary. Sometimes tanks run too quickly into the objective when there's too many people in there, and they just get taken out too easy. Anyway, coming up here, my buddy's about to take this objective, and you'll never guess what happens next. Check this out. Are they trying to... Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, damn! Oh! Oh! Oh, my God, rest in pieces. Rest in pieces. Oh.